Have you ever been caught staring at something you really shouldn't have been? Well, that's exactly what happened to me. But this story isn't ordinary, because the one who caught me wasn't exactly human. It all began on a quiet autumn morning. The air was cool and sharp, and the forest outside my cabin smelled of pine and fresh rain. I was returning from the river, a bucket of water in hand, when I saw her. At first, I thought it was just an animal, a quick flash of orange fur darting between the trees. But then she stood up, on two legs. Her long, fiery tail swayed gently behind her, and her sharp golden eyes locked onto mine. I froze. My mind struggled to understand what I was seeing. Her ears twitched, her tail flicked, and she tilted her head with curiosity. She was breathtaking. No denying that. Her skin was pale, her hair a mix of white and flame-orange strands. And her eyes. Oh, those eyes. They looked as if they could see straight through my soul. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. But my eyes, well, they wandered for just a moment. Not intentionally, of course. Her tail was long, silky, and hypnotic as it swayed. And, well, it looked kind of, you know what? Forget it. But she noticed. Why do you keep staring at my backside, human? Her voice echoed softly through the forest, playful, teasing, yet sharp. I nearly dropped the bucket. I didn't mean to. She smirked. Didn't mean to? Then what were you staring at? My brain screamed at me to run, but my legs betrayed me. I just stood there, stammering like a fool. I was admiring your tail. Oh. She leaned closer, her golden eyes narrowing. My tail, Is that what you humans call it these days? I had no words, but then she laughed, an enchanting, melodic sound that made the sunlight shimmer through the leaves. You're strange, she said. Most humans run when they see me, but you stare. I wasn't trying to be rude, I mumbled. She studied me for a long moment, then turned slightly, letting her 9 tails fan out behind her. Each one glowed faintly, like firelight brought to life. You like them? She asked. I nodded. They're beautiful. Her expression softened, her voice lowering to a whisper. No one has called them beautiful in a very long time. We stood there in silence, a human and a fox spirit, 2 beings from different worlds. Even the forest seemed to hold its breath. Then she said, "Follow me." Before I could answer, she vanished, literally disappeared into a swirl of orange light. I blinked, heart racing, then heard her voice again, echoing through the trees. Come on, slow human. I won't bite unless you look there again. I gulped and followed. We walked deeper into the forest. She guided me along winding paths, across streams, and beneath glowing arches of light. Each step felt unreal, like walking through a dream. Finally, we reached a hidden glade, a clearing bathed in soft light and surrounded by ancient stone pillars. This is my home, she said gently. The last sacred ground of the kitsune. Kitsune? I repeated. You mean a fox spirit? She nodded. Once there were many of us, guardians of nature. But humans stopped believing. Their cities grew, their machines roared, and one by one we faded. Her tails dimmed faintly, reflecting her sorrow. Every time a human forgets the old ways, a kitsune loses 1 tail. I had 9 once. Now only 4 remain. Something tightened in my chest. I didn't know what to say, so I asked quietly, "Why did you show yourself to me?" She smiled faintly. Because you looked and blinked. Wait, what? You looked at me, not with fear, but with curiosity. Even if your gaze wandered a little, she teased, you still saw me. I blushed. Sorry about that. She chuckled. Don't be. Curiosity isn't a sin, human. Ignorance is. As the sun dipped low, the glade glowed gold and crimson. She turned toward me, her expression thoughtful. Tell me, human, why do your kind stare at what they don't understand? Is it to fear it or to love it? I hesitated. Maybe both. We fear what's different, but we're drawn to it too. We want to understand it, even when it frightens us. She closed her eyes and whispered, "Then perhaps there's hope after all." She stepped closer. So close I could feel the warmth radiating from her tails. "Do you wish to see my true form?" she asked softly. My heart pounded. "Your true form?" She smiled, lifting a claw-tipped finger beneath my chin. "Then look carefully, human, and don't look away." Light began to swirl around her, fire and wind dancing together in a radiant storm. When it faded, standing before me was no woman, no fox, but a divine being of pure golden flame. 9 radiant tails flared behind her like a crown of light. I fell to my knees, speechless. Her voice filled the air. "This is who I once was, the guardian of this forest, the spirit of balance. Humans worshipped me, feared me, then forgot me." The ground trembled as her power rippled through the air. "But you," she said softly, "you reminded me that being seen, even by accident, is still being remembered." Her tone softened. "You may go now. Tell your kind what you saw. Tell them the forest still breathes, that the old spirits still watch." I stood there, eyes wet, voice trembling. "Will I ever see you again?" She tilted her head playfully. "Maybe. If you ever stop staring at the wrong things." I laughed nervously. "You'll never let that go, will you?" She winked. "Never." Then, with a swirl of leaves and light, she vanished. The glade fell silent. Only the echo of her laughter remained. When I returned home, I couldn't stop thinking about her words. That night, I lit a small candle by the window and whispered to the kitsune who still watches. The flame flickered, and for a moment, I swore I saw a shadow with 9 glowing tails, and a voice, soft and teasing, whispered, "Still looking human?" I smiled. "Always." Soft music fades in gentle, emotional tone. Sometimes we witness things that challenge our logic, our beliefs, even our hearts. But maybe those moments aren't mistakes. Maybe they're reminders that magic still exists, that beauty can be found in the strangest encounters, and that sometimes looking a little too closely can change your life forever. Soft pause. And that, my friends, is the story of how a single glance led me to meet a foxwoman who reminded me that wonder still lives in the eyes of those who dare to see.